What's up, Laker fans? On Tuesday night, the Lakers fell to the Trailblazers 109-106. Let's take a closer look at how it went down. Damian Lillard put on a clinic against the Lakers, so I wanted to take a look at all of the plays that he scored on, as well as the plays that he generated points for others. This first part is all of the plays where the Lakers defended adequately, but Lillard was still able to make a play. By my count, 12 of Lillard's 30 points fell under this description. The Lakers have placed a priority on stopping dribble penetration. So here you have D'Angelo Russell rotating over to stop, then recovering to Lillard on a 26-footer. Not a whole lot he can do there. The Lakers switched a lot of off-ball screens as well, as you'll see Russell and Randle do here. Randle goes to stop dribble penetration, and that leaves Lillard open. So that leaves 18 points and several other plays for others that are outside of the realm of just a great player making a great play. The biggest issue that the Lakers had were in pick and rolls involving Mozgov. He has to soft hedge because he's not quick enough to defend the perimeter. This leaves that pull-up three-pointer available, which is the same play that Russell killed the Nuggets with. But an even bigger problem was Lillard breaking Mozgov's contain. Due to the threat that Lillard's pull-up jumper poses, Mozgov is a step or two out on the perimeter farther than he'd like to be. Lillard attacks that and draws free throws. This particular instance is actually Russell's fault. He goes to make Lillard pick the ball up because he wants to get a 2-for-1. But the problem in getting screened at half court is that it gives Lillard a running start against Mozgov. Mozgov defends this admirably, but all eyes are on Lillard and Ingram loses his man. And when players go up against a guy like Lillard, they can have a tendency to watch him rather than take care of their responsibility. Here, Ingram's job is to tag the roll man, and he doesn't do it. There were also a couple of communication issues here that I believe were Russell's fault. The Lakers switched on Lillard as well, which I believe is one of their better options along with trapping, but they ended up doing it with the wrong guys. Here, he's matched up with Tarek Black, and Lillard makes quick work of him. If the Lakers want to trap or hard hedge against Lillard in the future, Randle or Nance are their best options. Randle played his best preseason game to date, and is beginning to emerge as a guy who's too fast for some and too big for others. Walton is putting Randle in the center of the court in similar positions that Kerr put Bogut. He's been put in a lot of handoff action, which I expect will progress into more sophisticated reads as time goes by. He's also shown great chemistry with his shooters in transition, with this little pass between his legs being kind of a pet move of his. And I think this play shows excellent progress. He's actually trying to make that same pass to Russell here, but Crabbe is sitting on it. So he realizes that means he has an isolation against a slower big, and he goes to work. But unfortunately, he had this crucial turnover near the end of regulation, and he had about 3 of these plays where he was a bit too wild. It was also his best defensive game of the preseason. He had a few switches onto Napier and handled himself well. Obviously, that's a different beast than Lillard, but I'd like to see him in those pick and rolls in the future. help defense was excellent as well. Here he covers a ton of ground to chase Leonard off of the three-point line. I'm even encouraged by the type of mistakes that he's making. Here he thinks that Nick Young probably needs more help than he does coming off of the screen and leaves Myers Leonard open. Last year he wasn't helping much at all. If he's going to overhelp, I can live with that. Russell had a bad game any way that you slice it, but he only took 2 shots that I thought were bad shots. Those same shots that were available against Denver were also available against Portland. He just couldn't knock them down. I did like how Luke showed confidence in him despite him being cold. He ran loop right here out of a timeout to get him an open 3, which he did, but he couldn't knock it down. To his credit, he got into the paint quite a bit when his jumper wasn't falling, and he made some nice moves around the hoop. But he also missed some chippies that he would normally make, and he tried to draw some fouls that he didn't get the call on. As I've noted before, I'm not bothered by his low assist totals. His job is to make the right read on a play, and he usually does that. I pointed out earlier where he should have made a pocket pass to Mozgov, but that was about it in terms of making the incorrect read. Aside from his contribution to Lillard's big night, he also had a poor game in terms of helping the helper. Here he sends his man toward the help, which is perfectly fine, but this is the problem right here. Russell is now on ease man and needs to get between man and ball, which he doesn't do. Clarkson's offensive game was a mixed bag. On the bright side, he continued to do excellent work off of ball screens and handoffs. But I didn't like his shot selection tonight. He took 5 shots that I didn't think he should have taken, making only 1 of them. On the defensive end, he continued to show improved awareness, but is still vulnerable to flare screens. Nick Young provided the perimeter threat on a night where most of the guards went cold. Luke ran a lot of action for him as well. His high post split ends in an elevator screen for a 3. His man-to-man defense was superb. And I guess him driving and dishing or crashing the offensive boards for a putback is a thing now. Lou Williams had an uncharacteristically bad night on floaters, making only one of them. He didn't draw any free throws either. Very strange night for him. He did lead the team with 4 assists, although most of them were out of simple action. This was his nicest read of the night. On the defensive end, it may have been the best game I've ever seen him play. He was contesting well and hustling all over the court. On the offensive end, Mozgov did his best work by putting pressure on the rim in transition. He had a couple of nice pick and rolls as well, although the pick and pop is still rough. My biggest concern with him offensively has been his passing, where he's made several poor reads with bad touch. Aside from his struggles in the pick and roll, he protected the rim well. Deng played in just the first half and only had a couple of plays of note. Ingram hit his first three-pointer that wasn't banked in last night, but in general the ball's coming off very fast and with little arc. He's also making poor reads, which is a function of getting used to the speed of the game. Here he should move this over to Clarkson, but takes the contested shot. He was good on his help defense, again using his length as an asset. It was a very uneventful game for Nance, but this is an example of why he's a better option on Lillard. Huertas had a really nice game, mostly off of pick and roll play. He hit Clarkson on a backdoor and saw Nance down low in a mismatch as well. But he also had a few plays where he jumped a pass or made the wrong read and got himself into trouble. Black had a couple of nice post seals in this game, off of action that Luke drew up. He had good chemistry on the pick and roll with Huertas and crashed the offensive glass. Defensively, he showed probably the best awareness of the preseason. Here he contains and Ingram gets the block. And then here he recognizes the lob and breaks it up along with Clarkson. He needs to make a better effort to get behind the three-point line on his spot-ups. Not only will he get the extra point, but it's also going to get him more open. He had a nice attack on the rim off of this after timeout play drawn up by Luke. His pick and roll defense was a mixed bag. Here he does a very poor job of containing Connaughton, who gets all the way to the basket. I wanted to take a look at 3 plays that I found to be important, even though they seemed insignificant in real time. On this one, Ingram is being overplayed on the wing, and he backcuts with excellent technique, faking one way and going the other. And just as importantly, Nance makes the read and makes the pass on time. This play failed due to Ingram's inexperience. You'll know in the future that if you backcut a guy and you're still not open, it's because the big rotated over to help. This should have been a dunk for Tarek Black. The same idea here. You can't see it on frame, but I had the pleasure of being at the game last night. Crab is denying Clarkson here, so Clarkson just flows through to the weak side, curls around, and gets an easy bucket. Then lastly, this is a motion weak set. They deny the return pass to Russell, so Randall immediately reads that it's supposed to be a dribble handoff going the other way. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. Nothing comes of it here, but it will in the future.